Hey everybody, we're back again on the Ken Meeks Show. Today we have the beautiful Trina Braxton.
Oh, glad to get you everywhere.
How are you doing today?
I'm great. What's up, Buttercup?
I like that. I'm good, man. Thank you for having me here.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for blessing my platform.
Thank you.
Okay, now Trina, we're gonna jump right into it.
Let's jump in.
Now, if I say anything that you wanna pause and say, Ken, just give me a minute.
I promise I will, in a very delicate manner.
Okay, great.
Okay.
So, Trina, you have had an amazing career from music to now cooking. So what has been the best so far stage in your life that you have accomplished or think that you have accomplished so far? What's the most amazing thing?
I think my greatest accomplishment is motherhood.
Motherhood. I wasn't expecting that.
Yes, watching my sons grow up into the men that they've become. I have one who's married. I have one who's on his way to getting there. Hopefully I'm not talking too much, sorry, son.
Right.
But that's the greatest accomplishment, to see your offspring become great people, just great men, just great participants in society. It's a wonderful thing. It's the most amazing thing ever.
So growing up, was you one of those girls that's like my daughter? I'm a girl dad.
Okay.
So my daughter right now says, I don't want any kids. You saying that because you're a kid.
It's the generation.
So it's the generation.
It's the generation. But I'm telling you, I want a grandbaby.
Okay.
And I want them to call me Duchess. I think it's an amazing name. But they're saying, oh, we don't want kids, but it's gonna come.
So growing up, you was that person saying, I'm gonna have these many kids when I grow up.
No.
Or were you that person saying, you know what, the same as my daughter, I'm not gonna have any kids?
No, actually, I was like, if it was gonna happen, it was gonna happen.
Right.
But
growing up with a lot of people in your house, you had a lot of sisters.
yes, 4 sisters, 1 brother.
Yeah.
Yes, and 2 parents. So it was 8 of us in totality, and I can't just be by myself. I couldn't imagine and only having one kid, and that my kid not having a sibling. I couldn't imagine it.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. So what's new right now and exciting in your life?
Okay, so I'm married again to an amazing man named Von Scales.
Okay.
And together we have embarked on the BTV, which is under Radiant Television, which is Braxton Television.
Right.
And it's under my production company, which is Treehouse Media.
Okay.
And it's also a derivative of Soul Tree Entertainment, because that was my old last name as well.
Okay.
And we have been producing our own content, and we're actually looking for more.
Right.
So we're really, really excited about it.
So Trina, the dating scene right now is horrible.
You couldn't pay me.
It's horrible, Trina.
Couldn't pay me.
So when Von met you, you've been I'm gonna say powerful, I can use that word, accomplished. You got a lot of accolades. You know, woman, when he met you, how did that affect Von? Because I know the woman that you are, he has to allow you to pursue your dreams as well as him pursuing his dreams. But sometimes your dreams can overpower what he has going on.
Whatever do you mean, girl?
Hold on now, hold on. So for a man, we like to lead. And I get this question a lot, because a lot of men, because I know a lot of professional women that they say it's hard for them to date a man because most men that they bring on, they don't know how to deal with the fact that I have my own stuff. I don't need you for this, or I don't need you for that. Maybe emotional support, but I got a dog. So I might not need you for that. So how was it when you met Von, and how is it now, right? With him, of course, helping you, and of course you all a team, right? But I'm pretty sure he has dreams too that he's pursuing.
Yes.
So how is it, how do you deal with that? How did you deal with it in the beginning, and how do you deal with it now in the marriage?
Well, I'll start by saying that Von came with his own accolades.
Got it.
And
good job, Von.
Yes.
Great guy.
Yes, super good guy. Super good guy. And the way I grew up is completely different from this new generation that we're seeing right now. I grew up, and all the Braxton girls do it. We believe in the man being the head of the household, because that's what our father was for us.
That's what the Bible says, man.
Well, you know, Exactly.
Okay.
The man is the head, but just know this: the woman is the neck, and we know how to move the head in any direction we want to.
Okay.
Just want to put that out there.
I like it.
But we believe in your husband coming home from work and making sure his food is served and he gets the first plate, and we are still those women. And as far as my household is concerned, I need my husband.
Okay.
I need my man in every aspect of every way and every facet of our relationship.
Okay.
I can't understand how a woman says, I don't need you. So you're never going to find a man, because if you only need yourself,
Preach.
then you can only make yourself available to yourself.
Let me take a drink. Hold on. Let me take a drink.
I mean, I'm not trying to make it some male-female kind of situation, but it's just what works for me in my house, because you asked me about me and my house.
I'm asking about you.
So for me and my house, my husband, Vaughn, I need you.
Oh.
I need you every day for everything. Yes, I do.
I don't know what to say next. No, but I love that. That's beautiful, because I do get that question a lot. I know a lot of professional women, and I get that question a lot. So I take it as if you make Vaughn a priority. He's your priority. You make him a priority.
Yes.
Even with everything you got going on. Mm-hmm. Now, I know Vaughn understands, if you got this, babe, I know you got to get this, because this is bringing the money in the house. I'm pretty sure he understands that, but some guys don't.
Well, he doesn't have to understand that, because Vaughn contributes to this household in a very real way. He is a man's man in every facet. Like, that's why he's not here now.
You know
he's
what,
working now.
They're going to make a meme or something saying, you know what, I want a wife like Trina. But,
yes, absolutely. And you know, a lot of people, especially when we started delving into doing the whole television thing together, we did get those questions. Right. Oh, well, you know, you were already in television, and Vaughn, he's just coming in and he's riding off your coattails. He's absolutely not. I asked him to actually do this along with me. I needed someone that I could trust. I needed a solid partner. I had to have someone who's going to be there for me, because I need you and you need me. And we're doing it together as a couple. I'm not ahead of him and he's not ahead of me. We're together.
I love that. I love that. Everybody wants to know who Trina is. So I'm going to dig deep, right?
Okay.
So how did your sisters feel about Vaughn when you first brought him around and you said, you know, this is a new guy, right? So who was the one that said, I don't know? And who was the one that said, yes, this is the guy for you?
No one said I don't know. No
okay,
one
so
said
everybody was supportive.
First of all, he was super nervous.
Right.
It's one thing to be on television and, you know, shooting hoops, but it's another thing for people to be in your intimate life.
Right.
You know what I mean? And when that happened, he was like, he's not a drinker, but he was sweating bullets. He was like, I need a glass of wine or something. And it was Tracie who questioned him the most.
Oh.
It was Tracie, and she liked him immediately. They were very, very close.
And if Tracie like you, then you gotta.
If Tracie doesn't like you, there's something wrong with you.
Something wrong with
Absolutely.
you. Okay. Speaking of Tracie.
Yes.
So you have her around your neck.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
God bless. But speaking of Tracie, I do understand that you were the one who found Tracie.
No.
In the room. It wasn't you.
No. Tracie had already had cancer.
Okay.
I was the one. It was myself, my mother, and her widower.
Okay.
Well, we were in the room when she passed away.
Yes.
When she took her last breath.
Yes, when she found.
Yes,
okay.
when she was in
Got
hospice.
it.
Yes.
So you was in the room. Mm-hmm. Okay.
That was a lot.
Right.
It was a lot more than I thought it was going to be.
Okay. Yeah. I can't imagine losing a sister. I have a sister, one sister and one brother. Me and my sister is so close, and I can't imagine. And you know, I give you your flowers, even to walk around with it around your neck. I can imagine, you know, losing that.
Oh my gosh, I couldn't imagine it either. But I'm gonna tell you, even if I lost this,
right?
Even this was a place I had to take it off for.
She's in your
She's
heart.
here.
If
I can't carry her here, I still carry her here. So she's always with me, no matter what.
I like that. So growing up. In the house.
In the house.
With your sisters.
With my sisters.
Okay. So you all started out as a group at first.
We did.
As a musical group.
As a gospel group.
As a gospel group at church.
With our dad, because he was a pastor.
Okay.
With a Braxton sister stand up and render us a selection. I used to hate that.
That's what he said. And I was watching a little bit of Tony has a show that's out like a documentary.
She and Cedric the Entertainer are in Vegas doing Love and Laughter.
Right. I was watching something last night about Tony, and it started with you all been a group, right?
Oh, from her book, Unbreak My Heart.
Exactly.
Yes.
You all was a group, and then Babyface came in with L.A. Reid, and they decided to take. I don't want to tell the story. Y'all got to watch it.
Well,
but anyway,
but it's a story that a lot of people know. So
Right.
when we did that showcase, and Tony and Tamar, their age disparity is pretty large.
Okay.
So to have us all as a group
Right.
would not have worked because Tony was already an adult.
Got it.
And for Tamar, it would have to have the family traveling, like your parents, blah, blah, blah. Who wants that real responsibility? Let's be honest.
Right.
Because it's not one of those situations where you're acting and you can have a teacher there to come on to the set. It wasn't like that. There was a lot of traveling. There's a lot of being on stage. Just a lot of things of that nature. And it wasn't the same as being stationary
Right.
on a set. So they were like, it's this one. And let's be honest, there's something very special about Toni Braxton.
She's amazing.
Very, very special. She's
Amazing
She's
voice.
a powerhouse in a very, very small package.
Right.
But, you know, even though you start something together doesn't mean that that's the way you're always supposed to finish.
Right.
It gave us all our start. Tony was a trailblazer for our entire family.
Right.
Toni Braxton made that Braxton name a household name.
Right.
For first and foremost. You can't negate that.
Can't negate
in any
that.
way, shape, or form.
No. You have a brother too, so I
Yes.
can't keep saying sisters. So were the family supportive in the beginning of Tony being the one to move forward, or did?
Well, she was already a solo artist.
Okay, she was
already
already in the
trying to.
limelight.
She was
Okay,
already trying to get a deal.
Okay.
Okay. But Ernesto Phillips, he was like, "Oh wow, the whole family can see. We can get the whole family a deal."
Okay, right.
And we did a song together that went wood, maybe plank. You know, it didn't sell.
Right.
Like maybe 10 copies. I don't know. But it was like literally a whole family. My father was in there preaching. My mother sitting there. You know, all right, blah 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 blah. It wasn't a pop culture type of situation. And we weren't trying to be the Staple Singers.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And we definitely weren't the Clark sisters
Exactly.
as far as the record was concerned.
Okay.
So it just made more sense, especially at the time.
Right. Trina, you have published a song of yourself, right? You did some music.
I mean, yeah, it was a little poppy. I'm gonna tell you something. It was not what I really wanted to do.
Oh.
What I really wanted to do was a country album.
I can see that.
Yeah, that's in my heart, mind, body, soul, and spirit.
So why are you not doing that?
Because the only way I would sing again, because that's not my passion anymore. Singing
Right.
is not my passion anymore.
Okay.
If I were to do a song with Darius Rucker, then I would do it.
There you go.
A country song with Darius Rucker.
Gotta
yes.
set it up.
People call it Hootie and the Blowfish.
Yeah, Hootie and the Blowfish.
His real name is Darius Rucker.
Okay.
But then I would what? Yeah.
And I was going to ask you, right? So who would be out of the family members, right? Your sister, your brother. I don't. Can your brother sing?
Oh my gosh.
He can sing.
Outrageously.
So why haven't we heard from you?
You have. He was on the Christmas album.
Oh,
He did a duet with Tony. He sounds like Nat King Cole. It's absolutely his voice is phenomenal.
So is he coming out with something?
No, he's in the medical field.
Okay, he don't. Not really passionate about it.
Well, he can write,
Okay.
but he's just not really trying to be like out there like that. He has something. It's called Health and Hip Hop.
Right.
That he has a podcast for, and my brother's amazing. He just really is. He really is.
Great.
It talks about how, because a lot of men don't like to go to the doctors, so he gives that information for men, especially men of color,
Right.
who are either lax about going to the doctors or go
Right.
when it's too late.
Absolutely.
So he just kind of ties in, you know, especially men of color and health, and freely gives them information.
Right.
And
A
take
lot of men
questions.
don't. It's African American and also mental health.
Yes.
And I was going to ask you about therapy. Have you been going through therapy, being that you've been through so much?
Oh, yes.
Because it's not just men, but African Americans in general. We don't know how deep mental and how serious mental health is in our community, because we have been through years of trauma
We have.
that we
have.
can't even scientifically, dissect, right?
Well, especially in the African American community, we have what I call covered wagon syndrome.
Okay.
Don't you tell anybody what's going on in this house. What happens in this house stays in this house. But a lot of us grew up that way. I'm not talking about this new generation. I'm talking about us as an older generation.
Right.
So we were always taught to keep whatever you had going on in the household within the household, within the family.
Right.
I believe in counseling. I don't care if it's your pastor. I don't care if it's your best friend. I don't care if it's a neighbor. It's just someone who has that listening ear that you have the capability to allow yourself to open up to them. Please do. Because mental health is real. Because that in itself can become a cancer if you allow that stress to stay inside of your body. Right. And I've been through grief counseling. And Spirit, you're amazing. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much. It's one of the best things I could have ever done in my life. In my life.
Counseling.
Talk to somebody.
Okay.
Don't keep it in. Talk to somebody. And check on your well friends.
Have to, the strong ones.
It's usually the strong ones that are going through something because they feel like they have to be the Gibraltar. They have to be the strong one. They're used to being the one that's the pillar for everybody else to come to.
Right.
When you're still talking about yourself, girl, I'm going through this, girl, I'm going through that, girl. You know what, girl, how are you?
There you go.
What are you going through?
See, that's me. I'm the rock, right? Everybody calls me for everything. I'm the rock.
How are you doing?
Thank you for asking. I'm doing good. Today I'm doing good.
Good.
Thank you for asking.
You're welcome.
Yeah. As far as the music go, right? If I did a gospel song, or a gospel album, right? Or we're in church and we did a gospel song, who would lead the choir? Who would be the solo out of the sisters?
Everyone has a different gift. Everyone is a different powerhouse. Tony has this nice melancholy tone that just cannot be duplicated. Tamar has this high range soprano and she hits a note and you're like, wait, is that Mariah Carey? That type of accent? You know, I have this really nice mellow alto. You're welcome. And my sister Tawanda, her range is, she's a contralto and it's very, very sultry, but she said that she's not trying to sing like Celia should. Right. So she's like, you're not gonna hear Tawanda sing but so much.
So that's a safe answer.
It's a true answer. It's only safe because it's true. If you ask me again, you'll get the same answer.
Get you to pick somebody. If you had to pick.
It depends on the song.
So a country song would be you.
It would be Trina.
Okay.
All day long.
Okay. If you had an old school Mahalia Jackson.
Mahalia Jackson, Tawanda.
Tawanda, okay.
Tawanda.
Okay, Tawanda.
Yeah.
All right, okay, great. Your mother, beautiful soul.
Amazing lady.
Give her flowers now.
Yes,
she did an amazing job with you all.
Yes.
So I can see her as that person, like when you get ready to go in the refrigerator, close my refrigerator.
Absolutely.
You better not open this refrigerator. So,
absolutely.
Was she like that?
Yeah, she still is.
She still is?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so if you can elaborate, we're gonna give your mama a couple minutes. Elaborate on your mom and what you feel about your mom, what type of person she is. Can you talk about, because you know, we're not in the house with you. We didn't grow up with you.
Right.
Put me in that house with you growing up.
Wow. And I'm not saying this just because she's my mom.
Okay.
But she is one of the most amazing people I've ever met in my life.
Okay.
And I have nothing negative to say about how anyone else grew up, about anybody's backgrounds. As a matter of fact, whatever a person's going through, I wish them the best in growing up in whatever background they faced.
Right.
But I grew up in a household where I have a mom and a dad, and we have the same parents. My mom's never been to jail. She's never been on drugs. Yeah. She still, to this day, she still won't drink wine and stuff in front of us. You know, she just like, I don't drink with my kids. I'm like, Mom, we're not your kids.
Yeah,
I'm in my foot. You understand what I'm saying? You know, I'm almost in my fit. You know, like you're not gonna have a glass of wine or some champagne to celebrate. No, I'm not. I don't drink with my kids. That's Mommy, even still to this day.
Right.
So I can't help but to look up to that type of woman, and I'm not still raising my kids because they're men now. But if I raised my sons to be half of the woman my mother is, I'm successful.
So do she still push you on? You better keep going.
What? And if the finger comes out, and the eyes do like that,
it
doesn't matter how old you are. Because she'll curse you out without saying a curse word. Because see, you're nasty, common, dirty, and low down, and you don't know Jesus.
I felt that.
You understand what I'm saying? That's the curse out without the curse words.
Right,
so
right.
it's like...
Got it.
Yes.
Okay, great.
The finger.
The finger.
With the eyes.
Reality.
That's all she had to do.
That's it.
That's it.
Reality TV.
Yes.
Right. So you all are filming again for the new Braxton.
The Braxtons.
The Braxtons, okay. The new show.
That just wrapped.
How has reality TV helped and hurt you? I'm just speaking about you in general.
And we're talking about some real honesties here.
Honesty.
Sometimes you don't get to see yourself until you see yourself. So with reality television, in the moment, you can feel like you are so right.
You don't care about the camera.
You don't care about the cameras. Well, we've been doing it for so long. Right. After a while, you kind of forget about it.
Right.
But once you get to see it back, and you're like, oh my gosh, I was wrong about that. I really did hurt my sister's feelings. I see why her feelings were hurt. I can reflect back on it. I can say, I did say that in a very harmful way. I could have watched my tone when I said that. Or I didn't have to say that at all. Or, oh, Trina, girl, you wrong for that. You were super wrong for that. So that's the blessing and the curse. But also, one of the things that's a blessing and a curse, the blessing is you get to work with your sisters. But the curse is you have to work with your sisters.
Right.
Because when something happens, and especially when you can't take it back in the moment, you take it home. It's not like a cast member kind of situation, and it's like, oh, forget that girl, whatever. I'll see her next week when it's time to film again.
Right.
No, these are your sisters, and you get ring, 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 ring.
Why did you say this on camera?
Yes. Why didn't you pull me to the side? Why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that? And you take it home, and you have to live with it, and you have to live in it.
Who did you get the most calls from? What sister?
I think I did the most calling.
You did the most calling. So it was you.
I did the most calling.
You that person.
I am.
Okay.
I'm next to the baby, though.
Right.
I'm sensitive.
So they hurt your feelings sometimes.
Sometimes. But I hurt their feelings sometimes, too.
Got it.
So it cuts both ways.
But you know how low to go, especially on camera.
Sometimes you don't. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you don't. You look back on it and know that was pretty bad.
So everybody can, would you recommend your family being on a reality show on camera? Because everybody can't do it. I know you all been in the industry for a while, so you know you have publicists and, okay, we're going to cut this out with. But what if I wanted to get my family or somebody out there that it is inspired by what you all do? And they say, hey, we want to bring our family on a show and do reality TV. What advice do you have for them?
The advice that I would have for anyone trying to embark on reality television, period,
right,
is you have to go in with the right intention. You can't go in there, oh, I want to be a star.
Right.
That's not how it works. You have to go there and be honest. I have people say, that's my truth. No, there's a difference between, oh, that's my truth and that's the truth.
Right.
There's a difference.
It's a difference.
Okay? And if you're going to go there and if you're going to go on television, you're not going to be transparent, just don't do it. Because how are you going to follow up that lie? And follow up that lie? And follow up that lie? You don't have to follow up the truth in anything else.
Because people are going to do their research.
And should. You're welcome.
Bar Chicks.
Yes.
So Bar Chicks is, what influence did you get behind starting the tapas bar, right?
It started out being a tapas bar, but well, that's not true. It started out by being a mobile bartending company.
Oh.
Yes. And the first year that we did it, it was very, very successful. We were doing like Grammy parties and traveling to California. I had a tour bus.
Right.
I had my girls and stuff on it. It was really great. It was a really great time. And by the help of God, it turned out to be very, very successful. And with that success, I was able to open up my first brick and mortar within that first year.
Amazing.
Of having that mobile bartending company. Thank you. Yeah. And I wanted to be different. I wanted to be something small, and I wanted to be something I was passionate about. So it was Bar Chicks, Small Plates, Libations, what it started out to be.
Okay.
And you have to know your audience. And so the people that started coming into the establishment, they wanted more than just small plates and libations.
Right.
They wanted food. So we ended up doing catfish, and we had barbecue oxtails, and we had collard green spring rolls, and we had truffle macaroni and cheese, and we had chicken wings, and it was great. And we had live music on the weekends. It was amazing. I had it for 5 years.
You're making me hungry.
And then COVID came.
And
And we never reopened after COVID.
Right. So cooking.
Love it.
Do you consider yourself a master chef?
I'm a master cook at home. It's just something that I enjoy. And the crazy part about it is, you mentioned Bar Chicks first.
Right.
So I was a restaurateur first before I even started cooking at home.
Right.
And people are like, oh, Trina just started cooking. No, Trina had a whole restaurant for 5 years.
Right.
Prior.
So she's been around
to this.
all
So
of that.
Trina's been around for a second or two.
So do you know how to cook soul food?
Of course.
I gotta ask you a question.
Cook soul food.
I'm from Mississippi,
My
right?
mother's from South Carolina. She taught us well.
Hold on, Trina.
Sir. Let me take a sip, because I don't know what you're about to say.
I'm from Mississippi, right? So if I ask you to cook me some collard greens, what you putting in the greens?
Well, first of all, I just cut collard greens from the farm today.
Okay.
First and foremost.
Fresh. Not the glory greens.
No.
Okay.
Glory greens. I know greens with no can.
What you putting in your greens, Trina?
I'm not telling you.
Oh, I knew you was gonna say that.
But you have to come and taste it. And everybody doesn't like meat in their greens. So I can make a nice vegetarian green as well.
Which is probably hard.
But I gotta have some smoked turkey.
I was gonna say, you gotta put some smoked turkey
Gotta
leg.
put some smoked
or
turkey
that liquid smoke. But I don't really like the liquid smoke.
No. What you do is, you don't put liquid smoke in there.
Okay.
You gotta put your turkey necks and your onions.
I'm saying for the ones that don't like meat. But still.
Yeah. Okay. But you gotta boil down your turkey necks first.
Okay.
I get that pot nice and seasoned.
Okay.
And then you clean your leaves.
Okay. You gotta clean the leaves.
Gotta pick your greens.
Gotta pick them.
They call picking your greens. Okay?
Because you end up with a small amount out of this big bushel.
You should see what I have upstairs. Sharon saw it. It's pretty amazing. Gotta clean your sink real good.
Okay.
Because you gotta clean them.
Put your hands
Gotta put your hands on them.
Okay.
And then after you cut them stems and stuff off, you gotta do that first anyway.
Okay.
And then you roll them up.
Oh, okay.
And then you slice them up real good.
Oh, okay, chef.
Depending on how you like them. And then you put that in the pot and you just let that go ahead and you just let that sit in there for about 1 or 2 hours.
With the onion and that bell pepper.
And guess what?
What?
Put a little bit of baking soda in there.
I've heard people say accent and baking soda.
I don't know about accent.
Right.
It might wake up the flavor in your food, but not mine. I don't do the accent.
I've never heard baking soda.
I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay.
So your greens don't get tough.
Makes sense.
If you have tough greens, you didn't put baking soda in there.
I'm gonna try that.
And you put just a little bit of vinegar. And sometimes put just a little bit of brown sugar. Not a lot. Just a little bit, half a teaspoon.
Sound like you know what you're talking about.
So you want bitter greens. Greens will be bitter. You gotta have that vinegar in there, the acidity to balance it. So you won't have bitter greens.
So do you have a cookbook?
No.
You need a cookbook.
I left that to my mom. My mom has a cookbook coming. That's her second cookbook coming out. So
I know. So mom is a.
My mom is she's the real deal Holyfield.
You gonna make me go buy your mom cookbook? Is it out right now?
Yes, it's out. Get on Amazon.
It's on Amazon. What's the name of it?
Cooking with Miss E.
Cooking with Miss E. Okay, I'm gonna go check that out.
She has utensils and everything.
Okay, great. I'm gonna check it out. So if you wanted everybody out here to know one thing about Trina, if you wanted to leave a legacy behind, what would that legacy be? What would you want to be known as?
Whew. No one's ever asked me that question.
Well, that's good. I'm doing a good job.
You are. What would I want people to know me as? I would want people to know me as a good person. Just an all-around good person. And I'm the only person I know how to be. I'm just Trina.
Okay, that was good. So where can we find you at, Trina? What all platforms, where can we find you at?
Okay, first of all, my Facebook was hacked. That is not me on Facebook.
Okay.
So someone has monetized my Facebook, and they're putting all types of stuff on. Oh my gosh, it's horrible.
And getting paid?
And they're overseas.
So you can't report
it? No, Meta won't give it. They won't give it back to me. I sent in a picture of myself holding my information. They said it wasn't me. I'm like, well.
everybody, we need to share this and share this and share this until we get that Facebook page taken down. That's not her.
So it's not me. And
It's
people
not
keep
her.
calling me, oh my gosh, girl, what's on your Facebook? It's not me.
So what is your real social media
So
page?
I'm on Instagram, Trina Braxton 1.
Okay.
I'm on TikTok, Trina Braxton's World.
Okay.
I'm on YouTube, Trina Braxton's World. And then, of course, you can find me on Radiant TV with Braxton Television, and be on the lookout for so many things that are going to happen on that platform. I'm very, very excited about it. My husband and I, we're power coupling this one.
Love it. Do you feel like you set the bar too high for your kids?
There is no such thing as setting a bar too high. As a matter of fact, I feel like when people say the sky's the limit, you're already putting a limit there. There is no limit.
I agree.
Yes.
Sometimes I tell my kids, they be like, but Dad, you said, no, you got to keep going. I should be an inspiration.
Yeah, but they have to set their own bar.
They have to.
They have to set their own bar. They have to choose their own path. My path can't be their path. My passion is not their passion. My want and desire is not their want and desire, but I will support them in whatever it is they'll choose to do. I'll support you. I can tell you that every no is not a stop sign, it's a yield. It's a pause. Because sometimes God puts a stop sign there because that's not where we're supposed to be.
Right. You better tell it.
Sometimes you're in that traffic jam because God saved you from an accident.
You better tell it.
Just think about that when you're in that traffic jam. God, what are you saving me from?
Some people hold on to a lot instead of letting things go.
What are you saving me from?
Yeah. Got it. So for the fans who've been following you for a very long time, what is something that they may not know about you that you think that they should know?
Wow. One of the things is I am more than just a glass of wine. When we first came out with Braxton Family Values, you know, they used to call me the party girl.
Okay.
I'm actually I'm a bit more subdued than people actually think that I am. I do a lot of reading.
Okay.
I do a lot of studying. I am a mom's mom, and I am an amazing wife. I believe in my husband being the head of the household. One of the major things that I would want my fans to know, that I'm very approachable. You can go in the grocery store. If you see me, if you say, hey, Trina, hey, can we get a picture? Unless I look really dogged down, I'm here for it. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, if I didn't have fans, I wouldn't have a show.
Right.
If I didn't have fans, I wouldn't be who I am today. My name would mean nothing.
Absolutely.
So you can't disregard people who want to take their moment to have their moment. So.
Love it.
But one of the things that people misunderstand and definitely misconstrue, people always tend to listen to whoever's talking. And just because you don't want to respond to someone's post, or just because you don't want to have a live debate online with your family, does not mean that everything is not okay. It's sometimes everything is not in what you post, it's in what you don't post.
Right.
So go ahead and come up with any idea or ideology you want to come up with for yourself. That's fine with me.
Right.
Because I'm okay.
But you all knew that when you got ready to get on camera. You knew people was
Absolutely.
going.
Oh my
You
gosh.
have negative and
They
positive.
tear Von up almost every week. Do you
They
hear
do?
me? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Von, we
Von's-
gotta get you on the show,
Oh,
Von.
that poor baby. Oh, he's so mean. They told me I need to leave my husband.
Don't listen to him.
Now, see, if I were a weak enough woman that would live my life based on someone else's opinion, that would make me the fool.
But you know what? A lot of them are sitting at home miserable. You know,
unhappy.
misery
Loves company.
They're not married. They've been through 3 divorces.
Well, I've been through 2.
Well, let me build you
I
up.
was happy in all of them at some point.
Anyway, they're at home miserable, and you're doing good. You got your reality TV show. So people are going to come. You're going to have your negative, which is good as well,
Yes.
because it's out there.
And that's their job. That's their job.
Yeah.
And they have nothing else to do but their job.
Right.
But I'm going to tell you, Sharon was talking about something earlier, and she was talking about Peter walking on the water.
Okay.
I have something that's very similar that I like to talk about. I like to say, always wear your blinders.
Always wear your
That way you're not
blinders.
looking to your left or to your right, because if I'm concentrating on you, that means I'm not concentrating enough on what I'm supposed to be doing.
There you go.
So you keep your blinders on, you win your own race.
Stay focused.
And you run your own race. And sometimes you're not going to come in first place.
You're not.
But guess what? That gives me something to look forward to.
Right.
But I believe in the power of the delete button.
Right.
I really, really do. Because for a while, I just let people sometimes they can get to you.
So you trust
Because people are just mean.
They are.
Comment responsibly.
Right.
You don't know what someone is going through. And if you call someone like overweight, maybe they just lost 3 pounds. Maybe they're wearing that dress because they feel just a little bit better about themselves today than they did yesterday.
Right.
Ooh, what does she have on? But maybe she feels good about what she has on today. And how is it going to change your life by trying to make her feel badly about how she looks?
Right.
How does that change your life? It doesn't make you any prettier. It doesn't make you any more successful.
I agree.
Find something positive. If you don't like her dress, maybe you like her legs.
We're going to end on that note. Find something positive. So, Trina, this has been great, man. This has been a good interview. I feel like I've been knowing you for a while.
It's been a blast.
We done had us a drink together. We went back. We talked about Mom and Vaughn, the great guy that he is. So tell everybody again where they can find you. Everybody knows who Trina is, but just tell them again about your cooking show. And you have a hot sauce too, right?
Well, we are working on a new flavor. So that's been on pause for a second, but we're coming back.
Okay, well, bring it on back. So let everybody know again.
My Facebook is broken and it's not me. Trina E. Braxton is not me. Okay? But you can find me on Trina Braxton 1 on Instagram, Trina Braxton World on TikTok, and on YouTube. And then, of course, please download Radiant TV on your tablet, on your television, or on your telephone. And make sure you tune into BTV and see what happens next.
This show will be exclusively on Radiant TV.
Here.
Y'all know what to do. Kidney Show. See you later.